On Home Factory, we dish the dirt on a household chore
Then we raise our cups to a simple invention.
and get the mostest out of beating halitosis.
But first, bear with us as we find a furry friend.
Aw, shucks. Is there any friend more loyal than a teddy bear?
Gee golly, he's always there for you, ready and waiting for snuggles and adventures.
Today's adventure takes us to Vermont Teddy Bear Company's 43,000 square foot facility in Shelburne, Vermont.
And this is a giant bear. No, wait. It's Kathy Carlisle, head of bear production.
We make about 150,000 Vermont teddy bears per year. That's up to 30 times the amount of black bears in the state of Vermont. Vermont teddy bears give the best kind of bear hugs.
Oh, yeah. And the day begins with workers arriving and clocking in.
The first step is to pull fur out of storage and load it onto the cutting table. Vermont teddies are made with a plush faux fur.
Workers lay out and cut 14 layers of fur onto a 3.5 meter long table.
Then it's all up to Larry.
I'm chief die cutter at the Vermont Teddy Bear Company, and I cut out all the teddy bears that we make.
Today, Larry's cutting out a classic honey bear.
Larry lays dies out on the fur and then presses them through all 14 layers with this 15-ton press.
As much as you would a batch of cookie dough or something.
Larry bundles up the cut pieces and puts them in boxes.
And then they go see Pam.
They come in here, I shake them.
Pam's removing excess fur from the cutting. Then she puts the pieces into a carousel and sends them to the sewing room.
These expert stitchers are sewing the pieces of the teddy bears together.
And this is Edward E. Bear. He's one of the sewers here at Vermont Teddies.
Teddy and the team are sewing together bear parts. It's a bit complicated because they're inside out, and these parts are three-dimensional.
After this first round of stitching, the teddies get their eyes.
We put lock washers onto the backs of the eyes, and they're locked in place forever so that they won't ever come out of the bear.
Next, the parts have to be turned inside out. Some of them can be done by hand, but some have to be turned with this specialized machine.
After all the parts are turned, they head back to Pam.
Let's get stuffed.
Our stuffing is polyester, which is made from recycled plastic bottles. So it's sustainable and green, which is really cool.
Pam loads the stuffing into a machine, which tumbles it to add some air. Vermont Teddies uses 450 kilograms of stuffing per year.
The stuffing shoots out of the machine at over 150 kilometers per hour.
All the bear parts are filled except for the torsos.
Then they're all taken to see Manuka. What have you got there, Manuka?
These are the pure bones.
These plastic pieces are pin and lock washers, and Manuka is adding them to each of the arms and legs.
Next, all the bear pieces are attached to the torso with this press, which joins the washers.
And then it's back to Pam.
They have nothing here. So they come in, and we give them a belly.
Okay then, go ahead.
Gotta make sure he's got a good belly, nice butt, and he looks great.
He sure does. After stuffing, the back seams on the bears are stitched up by hand.
The completed bears are sent to packaging, where they're placed in a box with their outfits. Then a worker dresses them, carefully places them back in their boxes, and adds a personalized message and a chocolate.
And with their workday done, employees can head on home, confident in the knowledge that they've done a good day's work and they're...
Dr. Nancy,
What do we have here?
we have a dislocated shoulder. Got it between brother and sister fight. He got the worst of it.
In the OR, quick.
Right.
I'm Nancy. I'm the teddy bear doctor.
And I'm Mike. I'm the doctor's assistant. I assist her whenever there's an unbearable situation.
You two are being awfully flippant after what we just witnessed.
Brownie is recovering just fine.
Oh, okay, that is really good to hear.
If anything ever happens to him, he can be sent back to our bear hospital and be repaired for no charge forever.
Wow, that's very impressive health care.
I nurse back to health about 3,000 bears a year.
They go back with a little hospital bracelet, so you know he's been well cared for in the hospital, and with a prescription on how to care for him.
Do you ever lose any bears?
We do lose a bear every once in a while, and it's unbearable.
What happens then?
So I will have to replace a whole entire bear. Dr. Nancy's good, but she's not that good.
But thankfully, most patients are recuperating nicely.
And both recovered patients and new bears can head out to their homes to see their loving owners and attend tea parties.
Do you like flower cupcakes?
Must be a tough life.
Well, it's their cross to bear.
No chore is more dreaded than doing the dishes.
Yeah, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
So we're heading to this 25,000 square foot facility in Mississauga, Ontario.
And these two are Bernie and Blake Ross, the men in charge of Nature Clean dish soap.
The Nature Clean story is really just a love story. Our dad started to make products for our mom back in the 1960s because she was having allergic reactions.
Oh, I see. A family business. Speaking of which, who did more dishes growing up?
Well, I was the younger brother, so I absolutely did way more dishes. Mom loved him more than she did me.
She had a dishwasher, did she not?
It was me.
Ah, that's correct.
Well, as we all know, revenge is a dish best served cold. So it's a shame that Nature Clean's dish soap begins with a big pot of hot water. And this is Witness.
Hi, I'm Witness. I'm the batch maker.
And he has the strength of 10 men.
Witness adds 2 bags of wallow cell to the water. Wallow cell. That's a funny word.
Wallow cell.
Wallow cell.
It's a very, very natural product. It gets used in food items from gravy to soup mixes. And it's basically a vegetable-derived thickening agent.
Apparently, it also prevents the grease and dirt you take off your dishes from spreading back over to them.
The mixture is blended until smooth and heated to 50 degrees Celsius.
I make it steam out here.
Next, Witness adds surfactants. Wait, and what are those?
Those generate the bubbles, the foam.
Okay, you can give us a little more science than that, please?
They lower the surface tension of water, and they allow the foaming to occur and the cleaning to occur. They're the bubbles.
Got it.
Next, Witness adds the all-natural fragrance. Today we're making lavender and tea tree oil scented soap.
So lavender is actually used in some cultures to calm babies.
And people turn into babies when they have to do dishes.
The blend is allowed to cool, and then some of it is sent to Grace for testing.
So what's the first test, Grace?
This machine checks for the thickness.
Next, Grace checks the pH balance of the soap to make sure it's not too acidic or basic.
And this passes the pH as well, so it's good.
Okay, guys, what's your stand on animal testing, huh?
That's something we would never support.
Why do you get to be the panda?
Home factory fans? Yeah, we didn't even have to ask them to do that.
Back to Grace.
This batch is clean as a whistle.
Well, that's great, but we need something to put it in. Let's head to the bottling department, shall we?
This is Samara. What are you up to, Samara?
I take the bottle from the tray and put it on the machine.
The bottles head through the machine and get labels pressed on the front and back. Samara runs about 8,000 bottles through each day.
So, Samara, who does the dishes at your house?
I do cooking and the dishes also.
What? That is bullshit!
Don't make me wash your mouth with this soap.
Sorry.
The labeled bottles fall into these boxes and are then packed up and taken over to Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I work on the filling line.
Liz puts the bottles on the conveyor and then uses a pedal to line them up under the nozzles. Then she's ready to fill them up with dish soap.
I can fill these bottles in 11 seconds flat.
Once filled, the bottles head down the line to Winnie, Spinny Winnie.
It's okay to flip a lid around here.
So is that why you and Liz are fighting on the job?
All right, ladies, back to work. Winnie caps the bottles and sends them down the line. Then they're boxed and sealed.
The average person does about 21,000 dishes a year.
They should buy Nature Clean. Make it easier.
And that's why Nature Clean can be found in homes everywhere, sudsing up and making your dishes sparkling clean.
Hey, Mr. Announcer, you sound really into it.
Well, you know, I am. We found out lots about soap and met some fun people.
Great. Then you can do the dishes.
I walked right into that one, didn't I?
The paper cup, a deceptively simple invention, but it marked a major turning point in the war on germs.
Yeah, and it's great for parties, man.
Yes, that too.
So, we're heading to Clovernook's 60,000 square foot facility in Cincinnati, Ohio.
And this is Chris Faust, CEO and president of the Clovernook Center.
You can feel good about drinking out of our cups because they are paper, they do compost.
It's not the only reason you can feel good about drinking from these cups.
We employ a large number of blind and visually impaired individuals.
Now that's awesome.
Our employees are truly special, and they will give their all every day.
All right, well, let's meet him. This is Tony. He's taking a giant 360-kilogram roll of paper and hitching it up to the machine. Pretty heavy, eh, Tony?
Less than an elephant.
The paper is coated with polylactide, which is a vegetable-based sealant.
Helps seal the cups and makes them leak-proof.
It's also biodegradable, so the cup will decompose.
The paper is carefully fed into the printing machine. And then it's Ralph's turn to step up to the plate.
This is the printing plate we're going to use for today's cups.
So how does this thing work?
It's like a giant rubber stamp.
Ralph carefully lines up the flexible plate on a large roller and rolls it on. Then it's time to add a little color.
Let's get inked.
The paper rolls past the rubber plate, and the color pattern is printed on.
Yeah, so today we're running a red houndstooth pattern.
But I can't believe you know what a houndstooth pattern is.
Well, I'm very knowledgeable about Scottish textiles, dating back to the 1800s. Would you like to know more?
No. The printed paper is then cut to size for a 280 milliliter cup.
Now it's time for the cup forming magic. The cups are wrapped around a mold and sealed, and then a bottom is pressed on.
That's happening crazy fast. Can we get a little slow-mo in here? Always so satisfying.
After the cups are formed, the top rims are rolled down, and the completed cup is sucked up into this tube.
Faster than a speeding bullet, stronger than a locomotive.
That tube's my favorite piece of the equipment. It's like something out of the future.
Like some sort of space-age super-fast transportation device?
It will mesmerize you if you sit there and watch it.
Yes. Mesmerized. Oh, good.
Snap out of it!
Oh, right.
We have a show to do.
Okay, the cups shoot through the tubes and around a U-bend, falling in stacks of 50. Clovernook produces over 60,000 cups every day.
This is Juandez, and he's got the tough job of keeping up with this thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty speedy. I got quick hands. The machine can't keep up with me, so.
Juandez puts each stack of 50 cups into a paper sleeve, and then they go into a box.
Then the cups are taken to see this friendly crew.
Hi, guys! The packaging team removes the sleeves of cups and carefully counts them out into stacks of 12. This is Wanda, and she's one of Clovernook's visually impaired employees, but that never slows her down.
I wouldn't say I'm perfect, but I'm pretty close.
So what's the trick to packaging, Wanda?
I have to do an exact count, but we have backups. Everybody checks everybody so that nobody is holding the bag, so to speak. And we also have different things that we can use to make sure we have a perfect set of cups. but I rarely use it.
Wanda puts her cups in a bag and hands them off for sealing. Well, when these ladies aren't busy planning their evenings.
Hey, Melissa, what's going on? Not much. You ready to go out for pizza later?
There's many things you can do with a paper cup.
Yeah, like what?
As the zoos and others use them as specimen cups.
We're thinking a little more generally, Chris.
You can play beer pong. You can do magic tricks. You can make forts out of them.
Oh, now I know what I'm doing with my evening.
We're not done here just yet. 4 sleeves of 12 cups are put into bags and then boxed and sealed. And now it's time to say goodbye to the packaging team.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Now can I go build a fort?
Not yet. Hey, Chris, tell us what sets your cups apart.
Our paper cups are fun because we're able to create different designs, different colors.
Different designs, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Then let's go back to the printer. Ah, now that's a good-looking cup.
And that's why Clovernook paper cups can be found in homes everywhere, brightening up parties and holding your drinks.
And for building forts.
Oh, fine. Go ahead. Here's an interesting fact.
Okay.
The average person spends 38.5 days brushing their teeth over the course of their lifetime.
You know, call me wacky, but that sounds like a lot.
Dental hygiene is never a waste of time. Never.
We're headed to Grand Rapids, Michigan to visit the 150,000 square foot Rainier facility where preserved toothbrushes are made.
And this is John Lively, Director of Environmental Materials and fan of novelty-size toothbrushes. Wait, why does a toothbrush company need a director of environmental materials?
Preserve's mission is to make products that are lighter on the earth, and one of the ways we do that is to use recycled materials.
What kind of recycled materials?
Hummus tubs and yogurt cups, I'd really call it sort of our main feedstock.
And all those plastic products get processed into these pellets.
Hi, my name is Jerry. I deal with the raw materials here.
Are these really made out of recycled plastic?
This is made from recycled yogurt containers, which we have right here.
How many times do you brush your teeth, Jerry?
I brush them 3 times a day.
3 times a day?
3 times a day.
After every meal?
After every meal.
Okay.
The plastic pellets are sucked up out of this hopper and through these tubes. That's where they meet these two.
Hi, I'm Ron.
Ron! Come.
Take 2.
Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Dawn.
We can handle it.
We can handle it. You say it too fast.
And take 3.
Hi, I'm Ron.
And I'm Dawn. And we can handle this.
Well done, guys.
Hey, so how often do you brush your teeth?
Twice a day.
I brush my teeth twice a day.
Did you know that Jerry brushes his teeth 3 times a day?
3 times a day.
Good for him.
Ron is a plastics engineer, and he's going to tell us what's going on here.
We have an injection molding machine behind us that's making toothbrush handle.
The plastic pellets are mixed with color and then heated at 220 degrees Celsius.
The molten plastic is pumped into 8 molds. And then the mold opens, and a robot arm removes the plastic handles, dropping them onto a conveyor and then into a bin.
The handles are taken away and then added to another hopper, a few handfuls of each color at a time.
Then, this set of shuffling steps, called a walking bridge, pulls handles out and separates them.
The brushes are flipped so they all face the same way.
And that's when they head to the bristling department.
Hi, my name is Jerry. I'm the bristling expert, but don't call me Bristly.
Well, you're the second Jerry we've met, so we're going to have to call you Bristly.
Okay, Bristly, tell us about the bristles.
It takes about 1,200 to 1,300 bristles in a brush.
The machine grabs around 40 bristles, folds them, and inserts them into the holes in the top of the handle.
Cool. Then the bristles are trimmed, and the ends are rounded and polished, just like sandpaper, right, Bristly?
The items that do the end rounding are similar to sandpaper, except it's a diamond compound on steel.
That makes the ends of the bristles soft, so they won't damage your gums.
Oh. The toothbrushes are then dropped off into a hopper. Preserve makes about 15,000 toothbrushes per day.
And a few of them head over to Christina for a quality check.
We definitely do go through these toothbrushes with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that they are exactly the way they should be before we let them out the doors.
Christina uses a magnifying camera to check that the ends are shaped as they should be.
But that's not it for quality checking.
This is our tough retention machine. We use it to test our after touch and strength of the bristles. So after they manufacture them, we can bring them in here and pull the tuft out and make sure that they're not going to come out in anyone's mouth.
After they've passed, they head to the packaging department where they are individually wrapped in pouches.
One of the facets of our company, besides from using recycled materials, is that you can return our products to us and we will recycle them into a new product. So our toothbrushes can go back in their pouch, you can put postage on it, send it back to us, and we recycle them.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Do you know what else is amazing about toothbrushes?
Did you know toothbrushes were voted the #1 invention that people cannot live without? That's over cars, it's over cell phones, it's over Facebook.
And did you know that they can also be used to clean things other than teeth?
Yes, but their intended purpose is to head to homes where people will use them to scrub their chompers whether they like it or not. Because dental hygiene is very important.
We are definitely doing our bit for healthy mouths today.
Yeah, you'd think we could get something out of this.
4 out of 5 dentists recommend you watch Home Factory.
Can we get a woo? Nicely done.